Hey everyone, welcome to the episode of the Hydro Pulse, where we dive deep into global issues that shape our future. Today, we're tackling something huge, mysterious, and essential: our oceans.
Let's start with a quick trivia question. Did you know that over 90% of the heat from global warming is absorbed by our oceans? That's why sea temperatures are such a big deal.
And here's another one for you. How much plastic do you think enters the ocean every year? Take a guess.
It's a shocking 8 million metric tons. That's like dumping a truckload of plastic into the ocean every single minute.
That's why today we're talking about SDG 14, life below water, because our oceans are in trouble and we need solutions. I am Rex Arthur Villan, your host for this podcast, and I'm with
Venice Baitus?
Jane Lopez?
Alyssa C.
and Ariana Cuballas.
Hey guys, how do you feel about today's topic?
Hey, Arthur. Honestly, I think this issue deserves way more attention. People talk about climate change, but marine ecosystems are just as vulnerable.
That's so true. SDG 14 focuses on conserving and sustainability using the oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development. Our oceans provide half of the oxygen we breathe, regulate the climate, and support marine biodiversity. But with pollution, overfishing, and rising temperatures, we're putting all of that at risk.
In this generation, as you can see, we lose so much marine biodiversity. Plus, millions of people rely on the ocean for food and income. SDG 14 aims to prevent this by reducing marine pollution, protecting habitats, and ending harmful fishing practices.
Also, overfishing is a major issue too. Unsustainable fishing practices are depleting fish populations, which only not affects the ecosystem, but also the livelihood of coastal communities. That's why SDG 14 promotes responsible fishing and marine pollution policies.
It's also about stopping plastic pollution. SDG 14 encourages reducing single use plastics and improving waste management to keep trash out of our oceans. Every plastic bottles or bag we use could end up harming marine life.
On a global scale, according to UN Environment 2023, plastic pollution in marine ecosystems has reached alarming levels. In fact, studies shows that 8 million tons of plastic enter oceans annually, leading to widespread destruction of biodiversity and marine habitats. Additionally, abandoned fishing nets, also known as ghost nets, account for 46% of Great Pacific garbage patch and trapped marine life, including endangered species, causing a decline in populations. Unfortunately, many countries face challenges in enforcing international agreements and managing waste effectively, leaving gaps in ocean conservation efforts.
And speaking of pollution, I read about a sea turtle found with a plastic straw stuck in its nose. It's heartbreaking how much marine life suffers from our waste.
Oh, I've seen that video. It's exactly why people start pushing for plastic straw bans. But honestly, straws are just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, think about the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, a floating mass of plastic waste that's twice the size of Texas. It's made of tiny microplastics that fish eat, and then we eat the fish. So, in a way, plastic is coming back to us.
Bringing it closer to home, the Philippines is also facing severe marine ecosystem degradation. A study published in the Philippine Journal of Science reports that reefs in the country's territorial waters are no longer in excellent condition. With 90% classified as either poor or fair, the country is struggling to conserve its marine life in the face of overfishing, destructive fishing practices, and growing plastic pollution. Even more concerning, a 2017 report by the United Nations predicted that all 29 World Heritage coral reefs, including one in the Philippines, will die out by 2100 unless carbon emissions are drastically reduced.
Not to mention, over 3 billion people depend on seafood as their primary source of protein, and FAO as source. Yet, overfishing and pollution are making it harder for marine life to survive.
With all the pressing global and national issues, let's now focus on a more specific challenge: how SDG 14 impacts the ocean in Mindanao, Philippines.
One major issue is plastic waste. Many coastal communities in Mindanao struggle with proper waste disposal, leading to plastic pollutions in the ocean. This affects marine life and even enters our food chain through microplastics.
On August 4, 2018, a fisherman found an endangered green turtle floating weakly in the Davao Gulf, a diverse marine ecosystem and rich fishing ground spanning 308,000 hectares in the southern Mindanao region. The fisherman brought the stranded juvenile female green turtle ashore, where it breathed more easily after plastic food wrapper was removed from its mouth. The plastic waste piling up on the coastline of San Isidro, a town with a population of 56,000, was not dumped by locals but washed ashore from neighboring areas, including Davao City, Mindanao's major economic hub. As Dr. Jose Cruz, a municipal agriculture technologist, stated, it is sad to note that our seas have become a large garbage site.
These problems show why SDG is so important. If we don't take action, Mindanao's marine biodiversity and the livelihoods of millions of people will be at risk. Now, let's take a moment to share our thoughts on this issue. How do you guys feel about what's happening to our oceans?
Our oceans are suffering, and marine life is paying the price. Pollution, overfishing, and climate change are destroying habitats. And if we don't do something, we could lose so many species forever. It's scary to think that future generations might not see thriving coral reefs or diverse marine life like we do today.
I completely agree, Ariana. The damage is happening so fast, and many people don't even realize it. Marine ecosystems are essential of, for life on Earth, but they're being treated like an unlimited resource when, in reality, they are fragile and need protection.
Right? And it's frustrating because we see the effects everywhere. Dead fish washing up on the shores, corals turning white, and beaches covered in plastic. The ocean is supposed to be full of life, but instead, it's turning into a dumping ground.
Exactly. If things continue like this, we're not just harming marine life, we're also harming ourselves. People depend on the ocean for food, jobs, and even oxygen. Yet we keep damaging it like it doesn't matter?
After everything we've talked about, it's honestly overwhelming and pretty depressing to see how much damage has been done to our oceans. But the good news is, people aren't just standing by, they're actually working on solutions.
Right? For example, some scientists are developing biodegradable plastic made from seaweed. Imagine if all plastics could just dissolve in water without harming the environment. Plus, coral reef restorations projects are making a difference. Scientists are growing super coral that can survive higher temperatures. The Great Barrier Reef, for example, is seeing signs of recovery.
Governments and organizations worldwide are also stepping up. Many countries are banning single-use plastics, enforcing stricter fishing regulations, and designating marine protected areas to help ecosystems recover.
And it's not just about scale efforts. We can make a difference too. Small actions like reducing plastic use, properly disposing of waste, and supporting sustainable seafood can go a long way. It all starts with small steps. Small steps are better than no steps, right? If we work together, we can make a big difference.
Raising awareness is also key. The more people know about these issues, the more likely they are to take action. Share what you've learned today with your friends and family, and encourage them to be part of the solution.
Our oceans are not a breaking point, but we still have time to turn things around. If we all do our part, whether through small daily choices or supporting bigger conservation efforts, we can help protect marine life and ensure a healthier planet for future generations.
So, let's not wait until it's too late. Start today. Choose reusable over disposable. Be mindful of your waste and speak up for policies that protect our oceans.
Because at the end of the day, saving our ocean means saving ourselves.
And with that, we explored the many challenges facing our oceans today, from rising sea temperatures and plastic pollution to overfishing and marine biodiversity loss. It's clear that SDG 14, Life Below Water, it's not just about protecting the ocean itself, but about securing the future of the planet and the people who depend on it.
To my incredible co-hosts, Denise, Jane, Alisa, and Ariana, thank you for sharing your knowledge and passion. Your insights truly helped shed light on why this issue matters. To our listeners, we sincerely appreciate you for joining us today. These discussions are important, but they're only the beginning.
Remember, change starts with awareness, but it continues with actions. Whether it's reducing plastic use, supporting sustainable seafood, or advocating for marine protection, every small step counts. Let's work together to protect our ocean because we save our seas, we save our future.
That's it for today's episode of the Hydro Pulse. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time for another deep dive into the issues shaping our world. Stay informed, stay engaged, and let's make a difference. Once again, I am Rex Arthur A. Villan, and to my incredible co-hosts,
I am Venice Cassandra K. Baitus.
I am Ariana Coballas.
I am Alyssa C.
And I am Jane Lopez.
and we are the
Hydropulse.
Lang isda! Nak, tabangi ko! At this point, if this keeps on going on, there's nothing left in that.
Ported to account for more than half of the plastic waste that ends up in oceans. But the plastic problem
Hey guys, have you seen the news? Mindanao alone produces thousands of waste plastics. And guess what? Most of it aren't even disposed properly. Is that true? Do something about this. Let me help you.
Oceans are drowning in trash.
Plastic kills marine life.
Turtles, fish, even coral reefs suffer.
But we can change this.
Reduce waste.
Clean up.
Protect life below water.
The ocean gives us life.
Let's fight to save it.
Protect
Our trends.
Save
Marine.